Welcome back to the lesson. In our previous video, we've discussed about how to access list items or list elements. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to update or change a list item. So as you can see, we already have a list defined called my list, which contains a couple of elements such as apple, banana, and mango. So to change or update any one of those elements, we simply refers to the index of each element. So remember, our indexing always begins with 0. So the first element right here, apple, has index 0, 1 for banana, and 2 for mango. And now if I should go ahead and run our program, we're going to get back our list with exact same element because I'm already printing it out down below here. So let's go ahead and do that first. Now let's go ahead and run our program. As you can see, we have our list of apple, banana, and mango. So now let's say we wanted to change the value of banana to orange. So all we need to do is to refer to the index of banana, which is 1. So let's go ahead and do that. Now let's come down in between our print function and our list. And we're going to go ahead and say my list. Let's go ahead and specify the index of banana, which is 1, like so. And let's come over here and say it is equals to orange, like so. So now as you can see, we're simply targeting our list element with index 1 and we're setting a new value to it. We are changing from banana to orange. And then after that, we went ahead and see we wanted to print our list. So now let's go ahead and run our program to see for ourselves if our value is of course updated. So let's go ahead and run our program. And as you can see, yes, our value is of course updated. Now we have apple, orange, and mango. So now we've successfully changed our list item just by targeting our individual element using their index and then reassigning a new value to them. And we can of course go ahead and do exact same thing for each individual element inside of our list right here. So now if you go ahead and change the index and say, for instance, we're targeting index 0, which is apple. Now we are simply changing the value of apple to orange, not banana. So now our output should be a list of orange, banana, and mango. So let's go ahead and take a look. Run our program once again. As you can see, we have orange, banana, and mango. So friend, this is basically how we change a list item in Python. And as you can see, we are only able to change an individual items right now. So you may ask, how do we go about changing the range of items? Can we do that? Can we change a range of item at the same time instead of individual item? Yes, of course we can do that using the slice operator. Just like we use slice operator to access a range of elements or range of items in a list, we can as well use that same slicing operator to change a range of values in our list. So let's go ahead and see how we go about that. But first of all, before we jump into that, I would like to add a couple of elements to our list. So let's go ahead and add, let's say pineapple, and let's go ahead and say orange right here, something like this. So we basically add 2 more elements. And now let's go ahead and comment this line of code like so. And if we go ahead and run our program, as you can see, we have our list of apple, banana, mango, pineapple, and orange. Now let's go ahead and change a range of values. Let's come down below here and then say my list. And let's go ahead and specify the range. Let's say from 1 to 3, like so. So we want to change a range of value from 1 to 3. And we can as well go ahead and specify it inside another list since it's more than one value. So let's go ahead and wrap it inside a square bracket. So as you can see, we're trying to change a range of value from 1 to 3. So let's go ahead and now analyze our range to see for ourselves. As we all know that our indexing starts from 0. So apple is 0 and banana is 1. Mango is 2 and pineapple is 3. But remember, whenever we specify a range, the ending index, which is 3 right here, the element is excluded. It's not going to be changing pineapple right here. It's only going to be changing from banana to mango. These 2 elements will be updated. So we're going to be passing 2 values basically to be updated, which is the value of banana and also the value of mango. So let's go ahead and do that. Now let's go ahead and say we want to replace these 2 values right here, banana and mango, with these values. Let's come over here and say watermelon and cherry. Something like this. Okay, so we're basically targeting these two elements, banana and mango, and we're changing or updating them with watermelon and cherry. Now our list, we should have a list with the following elements: apple, watermelon, cherry, pineapple, and orange. Now let's go ahead and run our script. Run. As you can see, yes, we have now apple, watermelon, cherry, pineapple, and orange. So we have successfully changed our two values, banana and mango, to watermelon and cherry. So as you can see now, we've targeted a range of two elements, which are banana and mango, and we update them or change them with watermelon and cherry. And we are passing two range of elements, which are watermelon and cherry, to update our two elements that we've targeted. So what if we targeted a single element and pass two elements? For instance, let's actually go ahead and reduce some of this element. Let me go ahead and get rid of some of these two elements. Let's say we basically have only three elements, which are apple, banana, and mango. And instead of targeting the two elements, let's go ahead and target only one element. Let's say 1 to 2. So as you can see, for this case, the range 1 to 2, one starts from banana right here and ends right here to the second index, which is 2. But remember, the second index is always excluded. So now our target is only banana, and right here we are passing two elements. So in a simple time, we're trying to update a single element, a single index with two elements. So what do you expect to have as output? So in this case, it is going to insert both our two elements and then shift our last element, which is mango right here. So therefore our output is going to be something like this. Let me actually go ahead and comment it out. It's going to be apple, apple, and instead of banana, since we are updating the value of banana with two elements, watermelon and cherry, so it's going to be watermelon, cherry, and then our last element, which is mango, then mango, like so. So this is exactly what is going to happen. So it's going to push our mango to the end and then insert our two elements in between, even though we are just targeting one element. So I hope you get the idea. So this should be our expected output, our expected list. Now let's go ahead and now run our script. If we go ahead and now run our script, as you can see, we get apple, watermelon, cherry, and mango. Alright, now that we have updated single element with multiple elements and see how it turns out to be, how about we try changing or updating multiple elements with a single element? I think that will be a pretty good idea as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Now let's say that instead of changing a single element with multiple elements, let's go ahead and change the range. Let's turn this back to 3. So as you can see, we do not have the third index element with the third index. We only have 0, 1, 2, right? But we don't have element with index 3. So let's define the range as from 1 to 3, which is going to be from 1 right here, banana, to the ending. As we all know that the ending is excluded, right? The third element, even though it doesn't exist, but if it does even exist, it is not included. It's basically going to return or update only these two values, that is index 1 and 2, which is banana and mango. So let's actually go ahead and confirm that. Let me actually copy this range, copy, and then come over here, paste it. So let's go ahead and now comment this line of code out. So as you can see, we are simply trying to print out this range of elements from starting from 1 to 3, and we should be having banana and mango. So let's go ahead and run our script. As you can see, we have banana and mango. So this simply indicates that we are targeting the right elements. We are targeting two elements. So now let's go ahead and go back to our main example. Let's go ahead and comment this line of code. And instead of replacing them with the exact same two values, let's go ahead and change them to only one single value. So in this way, we are simply updating multiple elements with single element. So now we should be having only apple and watermelon because the two elements are replaced with only one element. So our result should be something like this: only apple and watermelon. So now let's go ahead and run our script. Yes, as you can see, we have our apple and watermelon because we are simply updating our two elements or two items with a single element. So friend, that will be it for this video. I hope the concept of updating or changing our list item is clear to you in Python. And in our next video, we're going to be discussing about how to add or insert new item into our list. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson and I will see you in the next one.